Oh my fucking God. The Raiders, what the fuck, man? That's all I gotta say. Yo, what's cracking? What's going on, man?
Hey.
Hold on, bro. How do I fix this shit so that
Hit the middle one. There you go. You good.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, that's all I could do, man. Yo, I was so happy that Wasted was on live because look, there's one thing. None of y'all would respond in the chat. When I would call, Waste is the only motherfucker that picks up every single time. So when he was live, I said, oh yeah, his live chat finna go crazy.
Bro, I was playing Xbox with my sons, bro. I was on the couch. I didn't have my phone was vibrating like crazy. And I kept seeing it say Raider, #Raider Nation. I'm like, Andy is fucking butt dialing right now, bro.
Bro, I was at work. I'm trying to tell you, some lady had just came out the store. And I go, let's go. She comes back in. She goes, oh my God, is everything okay? I said, yes. And then she left. Look, man. Oh my goodness. I can't even. Oh, shout out to everybody who's already in here. But you guys, I know y'all already. I know Wasted did his show. I know Graf already did his show. But bro, oh my God. I'm still shook. I'm still shook, struck, all this shit, bro. I'm still. Holy shit, man. We actually did right by Derek Carr. Like, yep. It's insane. Like, during the middle of the season, right, when we were going through all this stuff, I was just thinking, like, damn, bro, like, is this franchise ever going to build around this quarterback? Ever. Because it was just not looking like we were ever going to do it. And you go out in the last 48 hours, you acquired Chandler Jones. You acquired Devante Adams. You trade player for player. How many player for player trades do you see in the NFL anymore? Never.
Never, bro.
Never.
That's why we never did trades when Gruden was here. He literally said it. He said, I always thought it was player for player or pick for pick. Yeah. This is why we never did any trades under them. But, bro, trading and going and getting a guy that was top 5 at his position in Rocky Sin, top 5 man coverage corner in the league. What are we going to run? 70% of this defense is going to be ran out of the nickel in man coverage. Guess what? You have Darren Waller. This is what strikes me the most. We got Devante Adams and we didn't even trade a fucking player. We didn't even add a player in that package.
No, and we still have our first next year. We have our first next year.
Yes. We are. Oh my. We have been.
But not even just that, Andy. Like, for those who didn't see this tweet, right? Like, the Packers were willing to pay Devante Adams as much or more than the Raiders were. It came down to him wanting out and to play with Derek Carr. That's it.
Look, not just that. And I was screaming this on Waste's channel. There was no way that Devante Adams was coming here without knowing that Derek Carr was going to get his extension. And 2 minutes after I said that shit, Ian Rappaport, Devante Adams would have never came if he didn't know that his quarterback wasn't going to be here for long term. Well, guess what? This fucking quarterback is going to be here long term, and he's gonna be able to save us a bunch of fucking money this year, bro. Like, it's win-win-win. I said this jokingly though. I said, bro, these mock drafts about to change real soon. Because but look, what have we been saying? There's a lot of value within the top 100 picks this year. We only got one, but if you hit on that one, you hit. Yeah, like, man. It's really, oh my God, dude.
Bro, it's not where they're taking, it's taking the right player.
Bro, we picked up a top 3 edge rusher and a top 1, top 2 wide receiver, and
it's just amazing, bro.
In a matter of 40 hours, but you can't beat.
Do you understand? These football games, these Super Bowl runs, these playoff runs are won with depth in your roster. We didn't have to give up no players. We didn't have to give up one. That's what I
Nope.
was like when Wasted went on. I was like, oh shit, they're saying that we might have traded a player. I was like, damn, I hope it's not some major depth piece. I hope it's not one of these guys. But then it's like, bro,
I
it's
was
the
assuming
first
it was
and the
Brian
10th.
Edwards. I was assuming we gave him Brian Edwards another piece, maybe a young piece that they can try to build off of. Bro, we gave up none of it.
I low key
Brian
would have rather
Edwards,
traded them Edwards than that second round
like,
pick.
F out of here.
But bro, Edwards is here, bro. Edwards is here. Everybody's here. Everybody's here. And shout out to Mudville Raider. He says, gotta show love. Big day for Raider Nation. Let's fucking go. Appreciate you, Mudville Raider. We also got first catch in here. He says, he's just a super sticker.
I'll be right back, brother. Hold
Bro.
on.
True.
Oh,
Yo, Andy, my thing is this.
Yeah.
Do you see any way or any reason to bring in Julio Jones on the cheap to go on the other side of Devante Adams?
I don't, bro. I don't. And the reason why I say that is because, look, bro, right now going into this, we're going into this draft with third, fourth, 2/5, and a seventh, right? I feel like all this next work we are doing, these coming hours and days and all that kind of stuff, we need to put a lot of attention, and I mean a lot of attention, on what we're doing with that nose tackle, because we no longer have a shot at Travis Jones or Jordan Davis. We don't have a shot at either one of those. And us three in here and everybody in the chat understands that if we would have got one of those guys, that's a game changer for the defense line, right? So we need to put a lot of our time and a lot of our effort thinking, is there a guy in this draft that we could potentially get with that third round pick that can be a game changer up front in terms of that nose tackle? I know you love Donkey Kong Sue. I do too. Does that mean that we are looking at a Ndamukong Suh? When Fletcher Cox got released, we got on the phone and we were talking about that for a split second.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how possible a Fletcher Cox would be, but I mean, fuck, with the way the AFC West is just being stacking and stacking and stacking, imagine a Devante Adams, a Fletcher Cox, a Chandler Jones, a Darren Waller all in the same roster. I mean, like, what the hell is going on? What the hell is going on?
And then you know what? Because we need some more guys, right? So
we need O-line, bro. We need
my thing is the three moves that I can see being made. Logan Ryan, definitely. Yes. It's similar to what happened with Gus. Logan Ryan's coming, right? So now with Logan Ryan, we're good at corner. I would submit.
He'll be playing safety.
You think he's going to play safety? I mean, listen, if he plays safety for us, I'm good with that because we play that double high.
Look, he's going to be that exact role that Graham needs. A free safety that can come into the slot when need be. I think that's exactly what he'll do. That's exactly what he'll do. So, bro, this is a fucking game changer, bro.
So if he's playing nickel safety, which he played with the Giants, because I forgot about that. So he's not really a corner, right? So that's a perfect role for him. That's kind of like a Gus Bradley,
it's a hybrid,
a Casey Hayward kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like how they're attached to the hip.
Yeah.
So Logan Ryan, I am under the belief that the perfect place for Trent Brown to further his career is probably right here with us. And I know I was against that before.
Just about to say, bro, like, look, he was talking about all this rah about going to Seattle and he got a visit with Seattle, right? Well, guess what? You want to be a part of something big going forward where you could cement your legacy. I don't know if he got a legacy, but where you could cement yourself. Look, be a part of what we're trying to do. Come in every day, work out, and be the best Trent Brown possible. Because we know for a fact Trent Brown's a damn good player when he's on the field. But you got Devante. It's so weird saying that man's name, bro. You got Devante Adams, Chandler Jones, Darren Waller, like Derek Carr, bro.
Yeah, yo, Louis Molina, you absolutely right. We are the team, man. We the team. We the it team. And not for nothing, Trent Brown plays his best football under that Patriot umbrella.
Yeah.
He didn't play well in San Francisco. Yeah. He played well his first go around, well enough to get $100 million contract with us. He came here. He played well for like a year. He didn't do well on the way out. Then he went back to the Patriots and resurrected his career. This is the place for him. This scheme, these coaches, this is where he needs to be. I don't think Trent burned the bridge with us. Trent Brown, the Raiders almost killed Trent Brown. Yeah, why doesn't nobody ever talk about that? They put air in his IV and the man almost died.
Fuck. Well, We can shut up about Fletcher Cox.
Where did he just go?
He's returning to Philly.
Yeah, he's you know what, man?
So Fletcher Cox returning to Philly, so that's just done and dusted. Fletcher Cox ain't coming here. I'm just glad he ain't going to the fucking Chargers.
Yeah, no, listen, that's a fact.
That was the plan anyway, though. I think they already knew. I think that I thought that Fletcher was going back. So
my thing is, bro, you got all these. You literally have all your franchise pieces now, right? You got your franchise quarterback. You have a tight end under contract for many years. You have a star receiver for 5 years at least. You have 2 superstar, probably defensive ends when they're playing with each other. You have a young emerging safety. You just traded for a cornerback that was top 5 in man coverage, which is what this system is going to do. We need to acquire offensive linemen and a safety, in my opinion. And once you do that, now you really begin to compete for something bigger than just a first in the division or making the playoffs. You then compete for an AFC championship. You then compete for a Super Bowl. Because where we're at right now, it's great. It is great where we're at right now. But personally, we all know it all starts up front. It all starts up front. That
Logan Ryan and Trent Brown, they both have attachments to these guys, to this regime. I'm going to be honest. Look, Trent Brown just left Seattle without a deal. I'm not saying that he's the guy to be, but we were just talking about this with me and Wasted over there with Samoan. I would not be shocked that we brought him in. And Logan Ryan, he's coming from the Giants. He played with Patrick Graham. He loved him. He was the one that gave him the title of the Black Picasso, you know what I'm saying, on the defensive side of the ball. Like, I see it happen. It's just easy. It's easy.
Yeah,
Logan,
it makes too much sense. It makes too much sense.
Cheap option. You know, and then you could potentially bring in Goldman or Calais Campbell and solidify everything, and we're good to go, bro. And then with those 3rd through 7th round picks, it doesn't really you feel a need. You know what I mean? Or you the best player available.
And check this out. And shout out to Ty the Red. It's just fucking group. Let's fucking go. All love and respect. Hey man, a certain someone said that because we let go of Zay Jones, this was a rebuild. This does not look like a fucking rebuild to me.
Wait, hold on. Because you get rid of Zay Jones,
it's a rebuild, bro. I don't know, bro.
Yo,
My Wi-Fi was tripping that day, bro.
Yeah. The Wi-Fi always.
It was rebuild time because we got let go of Zay, like because Zay Jones signed a contract, bro. It was rebuild time, but this don't look like a rebuild to me. You feel me? But check this out. Shout out to Chef. He says, do you think that since they got Carr, his guy, that they make him play on his contract this year and promise to give him the franchise tag next year? You don't promise to give anybody the franchise tag. That's
asinine.
That's a slap in the face.
Not even that. You're not saving. We're saving $20 million by extending him. You're going to make more money.
Well, you can extend $20 million if Mark Davis says, you know what, we're going to extend you and we're going to make this shit a signing bonus. So,
why not?
Because we didn't do it with Max. We didn't do it with Max. We gave Max more money. So,
there may be a reason why, though. Like, I think DC was always in the cards to get extended regardless. That money may already be put to the side. Like, you know what? We're going to take care of DC, get him done so we can still build around. Look, this regime isn't stupid. They know we need a right tackle. They know we need a guard. They know we need a linebacker, some defensive tackles, and a safety. They know that. And by giving up draft capital first and the second rounder, you're giving up some things. So I think they knew, like, okay, look, we're gonna work DC's contract around. Hunter Renfrow is going to come at some point. And we're going to free up some money. And
listen, and you know what's crazy, and I'm in the talk. Oh, I didn't mean my bad, Dots, but this is the crazy thing. I believe that they went and they had that contract. They had that contract, man. They had that contract, bro. And they said, Derek, this is the contract that we can give you if we can go get you Devante Adams. If we get you Devante Adams, will you be willing to sign this particular contract? If we can't get him, then we'll go back to the drawing board. But just have faith in us. We're going to get you Devante.
Yes.
So tomorrow, they're going to push that shit across the table and laminate it now. That contract's laminated.
I hope they don't laminate it before the motherfucker signs it.
No, I said they're going to push it across the table and then laminate it, bro. You got to listen.
Think about that offense, you guys, if healthy. Derek Carr, Josh Jacobs, Devante Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller.
Okay, let me ask you this. With us now being just with the 3rd-round pick, does that first pick linebacker, lineman, what are we saying?
We were talking about wasted right. If Leo Chanel's there, if Troy Anderson from Montana, the linebacker, you might be able to get a steal of a linebacker in the 3rd, 4th round. You know what I'm saying? There's a receiver that's going to be there. I still think we may go get out a veteran receiver. I still think that we're not done yet. We may go reach out and say, Deshaun Jackson come back on a cheap deal, or
I'd do it. I would do it at this point, bro.
Me
I
too.
would bring Deshaun back. I just didn't want to bring Deshaun back as like he's our deep threat, like I didn't want to do that. But now that you know that you have Devante, you got Hunter, you got Waller, bruh, like
Julio may say, you know what, I'll go over there for a year and see, try to get me a ring.
I keep telling listen,
dude,
I'm good on D-Jax. Bring Julio in.
Don't get me wrong, you guys. Devante Adams coming to the Raiders, a lot of these pending free agents didn't just turn their head and say, hold on, what the fuck does Las Vegas got going on over there? Yeah. A lot of these free agents were like, nah, yeah, they picked up Chandler. Yeah, they extended Max, but maybe I could get more money over here, right? But, bro,
we just said like, that. Hold on. Yeah. I love it. And like great minds, bro. Four Horsemen shit. We just said the same shit. We was like, all these free agents are like, hold on. They got something going on over there. You know what I'm saying? They got
like, bro, like how the fuck
Tyron Johnson too. I know we keep getting Tyron Johnson. I know, but look, it's an easy name.
You know who I think is sick right now? Like sick. Yannick Ngakoue.
Ooh.
Yannick Ngakoue must be like, what the fuck? Like,
well, JC Jackson just signed with the Chargers just to get cooked 2 times a year. So I mean,
he's about to. Oh my god, bro! I did this. You know what's crazy though? I feel like if we got JC Jackson, this wouldn't have went down.
Hey,
I feel like you're right.
Gerald McCoy. Oh no, it wouldn't happen. He's putting prayer hands and shit. Hey,
you'll kick all the rocks in the world, Gerald McCoy. Kick all the rocks. Put your prayer hands and pray your ass. Pray that your ass don't ever play in the National Football League again.
Ziegler said, "Hold on, bro. You didn't want my $22 million a year. All right, Devante, come whoop this motherfucker's ass every single year for the next 5 years."
Oh, so I'm not punting at all next year, huh? Let's
go. That shit, I love it, bro. I fucking love it. Shout out to Will F. He says, "What's up with these backs coming in? Jacobs out." Personally, don't look at Amir Abdullah as like any competition in terms of the running back department. Amir Abdullah is much more than a running back. Amir Abdullah is a guy that's going to kick return. He's going to punt return. Amir Abdullah is a guy that can spread out wide when we need him to. Amir Abdullah is actually a very sneaky signing, you guys. Like extremely sneaky.
If he never dealt with injuries early on in his career, bro, I thought he was going to be one of those next guys. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
like this dude was nice.
Let me say this. On kickoff, you take the touchback. You start at this 25-yard line, right? Amir Abdullah averages just under 26 yards per return. He is a baller of a returner, bro. Amir Abdullah recently acquired great pickup, in my opinion. He can spread it out. If we decide that we want to go from a dual back set into a spread set, you could do it with Amir Abdullah. I'm not saying that he will 100% make the roster, but look out for the man. He's a guy that could play that role. Like he could play. Yeah. He's more than a running back. He's a whole lot of shit for this team, bro. Let me tell you this.
Matt Collins, we're hiring guys that's versatile that can get the job done. I just said on my show, Matt Collins has 4 TDs last year. That's more than Brian Edwards, our starting outside wide receiver. Like we have guys that are gonna we put guys in play for a reason. Every guy has a spot on this team for a reason, and I love it. Shout out to Phil Yates. The entire AFC West has just clinched the 2002 playoff berth.
Trying to tell you, White Tyson says Mechie in the 4th. Mechie will not be there in the 4th, but for whatever reason, if he is there, motherfucker, you turn that card in quick.
But he may be there in the 3rd. He may be there in the 3rd.
Dame Dollar. Shout out to Damian Lillard, man. You got your guy. You got your guy, Damian Lillard. Shout out to my guy, Damian Lillard, in the chat, man.
I'm not against going to get AJ Green at this point. He has 700+ yards last year, and he was healthy.
I would love it. Yeah, I would actually want AJ Green over Julio.
He was proven to stay healthy last year.
I would want him. Yeah, I would want him more.
You know what? Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. There was a couple more. I wanna go over Raiders Mafia. He stays putting out all the quotes that people say. Casey Hayward, yeah, that motherfucker's sick. Damian Lillard said, "Let's fucking go." I'm with you, brother. Um, Chandler Jones already welcomed him over. Divine Diablo with the oh wow and the two eyes, bro. Brian Edwards said, "Boy, we just went crazy."
Yeah.
Bro, this is just fantastic, you guys. Like it's honestly truly amazing. I'm just extremely happy that the Raiders went out and actually built around our quarterback. Like Derek Carr, yes, when he had Khalil Mack on the defensive side of the ball, he had help. But our defense overall was in the 20s. Like it was a bad overall defense. When we had Michael Crabtree, that didn't last long. When we had Amari Cooper, it didn't last long. And guess what? When we had those guys, DC went to the playoffs. Last year, DC took us to the playoffs with the 26th ranked defense, bro. The
Yeah.
26th ranked defense. Look, I've never been more excited for this next season more than I've been ever excited for any season in my life. We're talking about we're talking about a quarterback that now has a true number one, probably arguably he is a top 2 slot receiver in the league. Hunter Renfrow is a top 2 slot receiver in the league. He may be one. I could put Hunter Renfrow as the best slot receiver in the league just because Cooper Kupp expanded and he became more of overall an outside guy and a slot. So if we're talking about exclusively slot receivers, Hunter Renfrow is the number one guy. But bro, the Raiders have freaking built around our quarterback. And shout out to Dave Ziegler in here. He says, "I'm the GOAT." Hey, you are, bro. We were all fucking sad and all this bullshit Monday when we were on this bitch for 16 hours and it looked like nothing was ever gonna happen. But the day after, this is why I asked the question. I said the day after, I said, if we go out and trade for Devante Adams, does that fix everything? And we all said yes. So guess what?
We here now.
Listen,
we here
man.
now.
Dirk Ziegler.
Don't ever disrespect. You call that man Dave. Don't disrespect the man.
Dirk Ziegler. You see, you don't understand. I'm actually giving him props by calling him Dirk Ziegler. I'm giving him props. Dirk Ziegler was a legend. You never seen Boogie Nights, young fella?
Oh
no, I never seen that shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
well,
Mark
listen,
Barber was out here piping him down, man. You know what I mean? Real gangster shit.
That's right. And that's what Dirk Ziegler's doing. He's piping the league down.
Hey man,
he's piping the league down. Damn it.
Pro says, shout out to Andy for breaking the news today, bro.
Andy definitely broke it.
I said, what the fuck, bro? I couldn't believe it. Bro. I'm talking about every single coworker in that bitch was looking at me like they seen a fucking ghost. Like, bro, they just didn't know what was happening, bro. They just didn't know what was happening. But look, bro, I mean, oh my god, bro. Like, I just kind of want to take a 10 steps back. Like, can we talk about how highly Chandler Jones was speaking about our defense and our defensive coordinator and our front office? Like, bro.
He said he didn't say that he didn't just help him in football, but he helped him in life. Bro. You know what I'm saying? He helped him like he taught him how to do a tie. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's a different, I don't know. So you still young, Andy, right? At our age, you know, my father-in-law taught me how to do a tie, right? And that spoke volumes about how much I respect it. I respect him. Like there's a respect level at our age when someone teaches you something like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, he has a very, very high respect for Patrick Graham, man. So, you know, outside of Max Crosby, that was the main reason why he came over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And shout out to AD, man. AD, we did it over on Wasted Channel, but I got to do it over here as well, man. I know they probably burnt out, but I'm not. I'm just getting started, man. Raiders! Yes, sir, man. Shout out to Raider Mike. He says, Will Fuller or Sammy Watkins. Perfect fit right now. Hey, man, I was shitting all over Will Fuller the other day, but I wouldn't mind him today. I wouldn't mind him any day now. I wouldn't mind Will Fuller on any time of or any aspect of this roster now that we got fucking Devante Adams. Joey, shout out to Joey, man. It's been a minute since I seen you pull up, bro. He says, yo, Andy, when am I going to be able to become a member? Shit, when I finally set that shit up.
Yeah, I haven't set mine up neither, Andy. We fucking up. We
y'all
fucking
playing-
up, yo. We
y'all
fucking
playing with
up,
the
yo.
game.
Hey,
Y'all
man,
playing
you know what's crazy is like this trip out to Vegas is kind of going to be like, shit, we ain't doing shit till day 2. We ain't doing shit till day 2. But, hey, bro.
Hey, we said that on the show. Too. All right, we gonna just get to chill and just figure. Samoan popped up. I said, bro, like, do we even still have a job? Like, so we just gonna sit around and have some drinks and just vibe out with
bro,
it, bro.
I mean, look at this. I was saying this on Wace's channel, bro. If you're a defensive coordinator, I don't give a fuck if you're Albert Einstein, bro. There's not many there isn't enough football players on a football team to be able to go all in to stop the run on Jacobs, to go try and bracket a slot receiver, double team a Devante Adams, and account for Darren Waller. There's not enough people on a football field to do all of those things.
Nope.
There's not.
It's
There is
unbelievable,
not.
man.
So week in and week out, yeah, the Chargers got a good roster. They do. Guess what? That don't mean shit. You know who is going to be looking very, very bad this season and is going to get exposed on defense? It's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's going to be the
It's
Chef.
going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. They have lost way too many people.
Yep.
They have lost way too many people. Travarius Ward is gone. Tyrann Mathieu is gone. I understand they were able to keep what's his name, D Ford or whatever his name is around.
What about Frank Clark? Did they keep Frank Clark?
Frank Clark back. D4 is still a Niner.
They were able to do that, but that's about it. Like they don't have nothing on defense. All of their firepower is up front on offense, and guess what? It's gonna be real hard to drop back 45 times a game when you got Max Crosby, when you got Chandler Jones. When you, in my opinion, look, I feel like what's his name, Bilal Nichols is going to go crazy having those two guys on the outside. I really when we signed him, the number one stat that pointed out to me, jumped out to me the most was 51 tackles and 31 quarterback pressures.
Yes,
he
sir.
gets after the quarterback.
He's like an interior Max Crosby. Right?
Like he's a beast.
And
what
this
he
is the
said
great
today,
thing.
that shit had me pumped, bro. He said the thing that sold me on the Raiders was when we played them and everybody had that grit, that heart, and played on every single snap. I love that shit right there, man. I love that right there. So shout out to Nichols, man, or Nichols. Darren says we got a squad now. Let's go. Facts.
You know what? If I can give somebody their flowers, I'm gonna do it right now.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna give Richie B. We're gonna give Gruden their flowers right now.
Fuck them.
No. Look, listen.
Well,
because of what Bilal Nichols just said. If nothing else, all of the shit that John Gruden did and fucked everything up and everything, if he did nothing else, he instilled a gritty grinder mentality in the players that it took and it landed on. Guys like the Max Crosbys of the world. You know what I mean? Like the guys that are the nucleus of this team, man.
Yeah.
We got to give him their flowers. If he done nothing else, we got to give it to him for that.
Hey, they found Waller. You know what I'm saying? They found Hunter Renfrow. They got Max in the later rounds. Like, I mean, they definitely did some good things over here, man. We definitely Colton Miller. Well, that was Reggie McKenzie, right?
Well, they showed that they weren't complete pussies by trading up for Marion, you know. So
yeah, exactly. but we got some guys. And
Nate Hobbs,
Nate Hobbs, Mullen.
Yeah. So
look, this is my thing though, right? So, shit. With all that's been done, so far, right? With Bilal Nichols coming up front. We've always said that we need pressure up front, like in the middle of the field, in the middle of that defensive line, right? We never necessarily said that we need our defensive tackle to get 10 sacks. We never said that. We always just said that we need a guy that can collapse the pocket from the middle and push those sacks into our outside guys. Bilal Nichols can do that. If you get Ndamukong Suh to play right next to him, he can do that. If you get Eddie Goldman to do that on first and second downs,
definitely
you can do that. And another thing is to say this, you guys. Yeah, we just paid Devante Adams. But guess what? With the money that you're about to save with Derek Carr on extending him, it's basically like you didn't just pay Devante Adams. Yeah. Like, have you guys noticed this? That with every move that our front office has made, they have done either an extension, a cut, or a rework on a contract to make it seem like our cap space never moved. Yep. When we signed Darius Phillips for a $2.2 million deal, what did we do 15 minutes later? We restructured Andre James' contract and we saved $2 million. We basically got Darius Phillips for free.
Freebie. Yeah.
Then we go out and we trade Yannick Ngakoue, right? We bring in Chandler Jones. We basically got Chandler Jones, besides his extension, we basically got Chandler Jones for $5 million.
Which is incredible.
And then with that, you're offloading Yannick Ngakoue's contract while adding a cornerback who is still on his rookie contract. Then you go out and make this trade, $28.25 million per season. It's a calculated move. Why? Because with that 28.25, you get to save $20 million by extending Derek Carr. So I'm telling you guys, man, every single move that we've done, they've been calculated. They've been doing this, all this stuff. It's amazing to have a staff that understands this shit, man.
We're the only people right now all running the internet right now. Like, we're the only team. Like, when have you seen this? This man is running the NFL. Like, bro, like everything on Bleacher Report is all Raiders, Devante Adams.
And it's fucking amazing, bro. And shout out to Shane Morris. He says, watching Devante Adams tape for the first 2 rounds. What? Oh, okay. I see what he's saying. Because we traded our first and second round pick away. Hey, man, you'll be very, very happy with what you see. And shout out to shit. Hopefully I didn't miss nothing.
Raiders Equinox, baby. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, Andy, you gonna be on for a couple more? You gonna be on for a minute, right?
Bro, I'm be on for a minute, bro.
I'm back real quick. I got to do something for my kids real quick.
Oh, bro, don't even trip.
Listen, I'm gonna drop my phone like sexual chocolate. Raiders Equinox.
I'll catch you in a
Hey, shout out to Raiders Head. He says, salute y'all. Great day for the nation. Do you think Adams will elevate some of the other receivers like Edwards? Yes.
Of course, bro. He is a walking matchup problem.
Yes.
When you have players that are unique on the field, this is the reason. See, this is the thing that people don't understand about when you hear people talk about athletes get paid too much. That is not the way America works. America, when it comes to pay, a lot of the times is a meritocracy. That is another wasted word of the day. It is a meritocracy. The better your skill set, the more you should get paid in American society. And the reason why this man is getting paid the way he gets paid is because he's a one of one. He is a one of one. There are not 3 people on this planet that can play that receiver position better than he can.
Bro, man, not just this. The reason, even when Devante Adams was rumored to get $30 million, I always wanted Devante Adams to the point when people would say this, I would say, yes, it's a lot of money, but it's a lot of production in return. So what you're paying for, it is a lot, but what you're getting is a lot as well. So you need to understand, if I want a Ferrari, I can't go put a fucking Honda engine in that bitch because it's not going to run like a Ferrari, right? So if you want that Ferrari, you want your shit to go fast, you got to pay for it. And guess what? You're going to get the Ferrari you want. You can't expect that from a Honda engine. You can't, bro. Shout out to Honda, man. They make some reliable engines.
Yes, sir. But listen, man. You don't go and get filet mignon for ramen noodle prices.
There you go.
It takes money to make money. All those old sayings. So you get what you pay for. All those old sayings ring true. Well, do I think that Darren Waller is going to hold out? I would hope he does not, because these people aren't fucking around, and I don't think so. Because
if he is in that position with this new staff, with this new regime, with having a down year last year due to injury, I don't think he's in a position to hold out because the production wasn't there last year.
Yeah, man. And see, somebody just said in the chat, Hondas are good cars, bro,
They're
but they're
fucking
not
great.
Ferraris. They're not Ferraris. When we talk about high performance, one of ones, this is what we're talking about. This is what we have in the Devante Adams. And what we need to understand
We
is
wanted a
what comes
Honda, we
with
would have
that.
kept Zay Jones.
Yeah, and Zay Jones is
Good,
dependable, don't break
reliable.
down, he's reliable. That is a Honda.
Yeah.
Devante Adams is an Italian handmade sports car. It is. Listen, man. Let me
He's
tell you
won the
something.
fucking one, man. He's won. It's nice. There's no need to explain that shit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, bro. So guys, listen. This is what this man brings to this team. What he brings is he brings a person that somebody has to game plan for every single week of the season.
Facts.
Every single week. So now you got to worry about him, and you might not be able to pay as much attention to a Hunter Renfro. You might not be able to pay as much attention to the man, the myth, the legend, the great Darren Wallers, one of the worst rappers I've heard. And I'm kidding around. Darren Waller, shout out to him. He's a great guy, right? But so now you bring in a Will Fuller to take the top off the defense, or John Ross. See, it does. See, those kind of moves you don't get upset about because you're not depending on them. You're depending on one element that they can bring to this team now, and now they fit in. See, it doesn't fit in when you're depending on Will Fuller to be your guy, right? And that's never what I was saying. What I'm saying is when you bring in the Will Fullers of the world, the John Rosses of the world, they're bringing an element to this team that is unique and special that you can't teach. And that is what we're going to look for. The Raider equinox is upon us, Andy. It has been upon us. It will stay upon us. And I am going to style and profile all day, baby.
Shout out to Pride and Purpose. He says, if you smell what the Raiders are cooking, hey man, I don't know what exactly I'm smelling, but it smelled good. You feel me? It smelled good. Pacey says, I wonder how Aaron Rodgers is doing tonight. Hey man, I said this before, bro. I would feel some type of way if I was Devante too. I would have felt some type of way if I was Devante too. Look, I truly felt like those Reddit posts was true. I truly felt like Devante Adams, his time was limited in Green Bay. Listen, man, let's do it this way.
Reddit been told you.
If Wasted is A-Rod, right? And I've been Wasted's right-hand man for X amount of years. And out of nowhere, Wasted kind of goes behind my back to the boss, and he goes out and gets a fucking pay raise. A pay raise that he knows I'm not going to be able to get. But he did it for his pockets. The fuck? I'm going to feel some type of way.
Yeah.
I'm going to feel some type of way. Because I know for a fact, even though I've been his right-hand man for years, I can't match that. I can't get that.
Yo, I got to say something for the one and only real quick, Andy. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing, son of a gun. And I'm having a hard time keeping these Gators down. Whoa! I'm sorry.
Hey, man, I'm feeling all the energy. He says, Scully Pictures, thank you, Roger Goodell, for exposing John Gruden, because this trade would have never happened if he was still here. Facts. So for motherfuckers to say that it was a rebuild time because Zay Jones went to the Jacksonville Jaguars, ha! Motherfucker, it was a blessing in disguise. Take that man's meat out your mouth. Shout out to 818 Raider, man. He says, how's the draft looking? And should we sign Honey Badger or Gilmore? What are you thinking? I'm going to let you answer that. Because out of those two names, I know who I want to sign.
Because I'm going to be honest with you.
Sign?
Because I'm going to be honest with you. Honey Badger would work because what he would be is he'd be Logan Ryan on steroids in his defense, right? But I'm gonna go another way with this, man. I would sign Gilmore. I would sign Gilmore, man. I would sign Gilmore because the one thing I worry about the Honey Badger is his inability to be a good, solid tackler. And I think Logan Ryan would probably fit a little better than a Honey Badger. He's more physical than Honey Badger is. He'd be a lot cheaper. And I think having a Stephon Gilmore would help that room exponentially, man.
Yeah, it'd be.
It's him. And then, my number 2 guy would be Julio Jones. I keep saying it. I'm
No,
telling you, bro.
I'm taking AJ Green over Julio.
No way. I wouldn't have took
What?
AJ Green over Julio in the draft. No way in the world that
You
I'm
let me
taking
know who
AJ
was more
Green.
productive last season.
Yeah, because Julio was hurt. But the thing with Julio is that.
So then why do we want him? Because his name?
No, because listen, these guys are both the same age. They came out in the same draft, Julio
And who
Jones
was
and
more
AJ
healthy?
Green.
And who was more productive?
He was more healthy last year, but this is the same thing that happened with AJ Green. AJ Green had a chance to rest the previous 2 years. I think what happened to Julio Jones is, one, you had the pandemic, right? And you had a guy who's older who needs a certain level of practice that he wasn't getting. I think Julio Jones being in Tennessee, resting that hamstring, having a whole offseason to recover, and we're back to normal here. I think what's going to happen is you're going to get Julio Jones of Atlanta for at least 1 year, because what nobody talks about is that you have such a bad quarterback in Tennessee that bringing Derek Carr and him not having to be the number 1 guy here would be excellent for Russ.
Don't get me wrong. I would love either one of them. But imagine getting Julio Jones, Devante Adams, and Chandler Jones in 48 hours.
Bro, do you know how fucking scary? Listen, think about if you get Julio Jones at 85%. If you get Julio at 85% and put him next to Devante Adams, that is a serious fucking problem.
Yeah. Serious. And I'm gonna keep talking about this, man. I'm gonna keep talking about this shit, bro, because I truly do believe this. I think the Chiefs will be the 3rd best team in the division this year. I think they'll still make the playoffs, even being the 3rd best, because it was 3 teams that could have made the playoffs out of this division last year. But I truly think the Chiefs will be the 3rd best team in this division.
You know why I have to push back on you and disagree with that?
The defense.
Because the defense is, and that's why I see them falling off. But this is the problem.
Yo.
The Chiefs, Dirty, what up? The Chiefs.
What up?
The Chiefs have the best quarterback and best coach combo in the division. Andy Reid is still the best coach in this division. Let's not get fucked up. And Patrick Mahomes is still the best quarterback in this division. And what I'm going to tell you is that this right now is going to be our year that we dethrone them as the best team in this division. We just need.
You think they're going to be second?
I think they're second because I think the Chargers are going to have injury issues.
You think they're going to underperform?
And they're going to underperform. I'm not sold on Brandon Staley as a head coach. Brandon Staley coaches that team like he's playing Madden. He coaches like he's a young man. And I think that he's gonna cost them a few games, man. I don't think the things that we saw last year happen.
They can't continue to happen like that.
Yeah,
because a lot of their losses depended on him going for it at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Instead of just taking a field goal and playing it the right way, you know what I mean? He put so many risks and chances out there. I mean, you live by the gun, you die by it at the same time. So yeah, I think he might take that out of his repertoire next year a little bit less.
Look, man, the reason why I feel like the Chiefs are going to take 2 steps back is the reason is because personally, I feel like they truly have the worst defense in the division. And I'm going to your point, Wasted, which is true. They do have the best quarterback and head coach combo probably in the league. But let me tell you this. Josh McDaniels having a top red zone offense, top 5 red zone offense, or top 10 the last 5 years, I don't think we can remember Josh McDaniels ever having a Devante Adams in the last 5 years. I don't think we could, from what I remember, I don't think we can remember them having a Darren Waller in the last 5 years. They've had some Hunter Renfros in the last 5 years. But I truly do believe, though, that this is Josh McDaniels' best offense outside of when Gronk and Hernandez were balling out. I think this is the best offense he's got to coach. And us being able, in my opinion, to go player for player, matchup for matchup against the Broncos and the Chargers in our division, I just feel like if the Chiefs last year, they got hot at a good point. They had a great winning streak. They can't start that way again this year because then the they'll
They
fall
ain't gonna be
behind
able to
the
make
eight
up
ball.
that ground, brother.
Yeah, they're gonna be behind the eight ball. They won't be able to make it up. Now, that could just be me being optimistic because the fucking Patriots last year didn't start good either. But that's why I feel like with how bad and how many hits their defense is taking, man, I just don't see them competing with Mike Williams and Keenan Allen week to week. I don't see them competing with Devante Adams, Darren Waller, Hunter Renfro. I don't see them doing that. And I feel like, look, bro, the Patriots were able to have 3 games where they scored 45 points or more with fucking Jacoby Myers and Nelson Aguilar as their outside receivers.
Jesus Christ.
Right? And one of those games being a 50-point game. We're talking about an NFL team putting up 50 points on an NFL defense. Look, bro, I just don't see the Chiefs keeping up with the Raiders this offseason or this season. I still think they'll make the playoffs. I still think they'll have a winning record. I mean, I still see the Chiefs being good. I just don't see the Chiefs, with how many hits they've taken on defense, being able to compete with what the Raiders and every other team in this division have going on offense. And really quick, before we get on to the next topic, I had to give a shout out to my guy. He says, no surrender. I'm super hyped about the trade, but we need to address the holes at left guard and right tackle. Remember the first matchup against the Chargers, Scar had no time to get the ball out. Shout out to you both. Appreciate you, my man. And I agree. I'm just a little worried because, the fact of the matter is that, in my opinion, there's no more plug and play guards on the market. There's maybe one or two. There's 2 plug and play tackles on the market, and that's Trent Brown. So we don't know how much of a possibility that is. The other one is Quessenberry, or I mean, you got Darrell Williams. He's a plug and play tackle, but you got 3.
You love Frankenberry.
Hey, man,
Let me tell you something. Frankenberry, Quisenberry, it doesn't really much matter, my brother. Because I'm going to tell you something.
Barry?
It doesn't matter, Barry. Because listen, man, what we're not looking at is you have a lot of teams that are going to have make some moves. Yeah. You have a lot of guys that are out there that might get cut. You have a lot of draft picks that are there, and then you also have, the Illuminor factor.
Mm-hmm. Gotta bring that motherfucker back, bro.
Illuminor, you have Nate Solder, you have a lot of guys that play for these guys. You can get these guys on the cheap and they can give you some coherent offensive tackle play.
Yeah.
And then what you can do is, listen, we see the way Alex Leatherwood looks. He looks phenomenal. Yeah. He is going to be in shape. He's going to be ready. Now you're on the hunt for a guard, or maybe that puts you in a position to draft a guard. Because even in the 3rd round, there's going to be some competent guard play still left in the 3rd round. I believe so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
I was going to say the same thing because giving away your 1 and 2, we were already assuming that we would probably get a guard or a tackle in the 3rd round anyway. You know what I mean? So by trading in your 1 and 2, I mean, even if your first pick is an offensive lineman, technically you're taking them in the 3rd round where we had you taking them in the first place. Yeah, but to get a talent like DA, I'm perfectly fine with that. But we do have to build some outside structure as well as some inside structure to keep the DC, keep DC upright. A little bit more time in the pocket. I'm not saying that he didn't have enough time, but if you can increase the time, you know what I mean, you can also increase the win percentage.
Look, man, I feel like something that we all fail to realize, and shout out to A1A Raider, he says AFC West a full-on war zone. It is, bro. But something that I feel like we fail to realize because of Illuminor's hairline is Illuminor's only 27 years old, bro. Like, you look past Illuminor's hairline, bro, that motherfucker's young. That motherfucker's young, bro.
His thing is...
Because, bro, I'm telling you, you look at Illuminor, bro, you might think Illuminor about 67 years old. But like, you look at Google,
that brother, yo.
You look at Google, that shit say 27, right? So I mean,
Would you
bring
reverse
that
them numbers and
move.
say he got a 72-year-old hairline?
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. I don't. You
I'm
know.
only concerned. I'm only concerned about his football experience and the fact that it's not a whole lot of it. You know, he hasn't been playing this game that long. But I feel like if he can just come along and be 100% healthy this year, he could turn some heads. He can make some surprises.
Bro,
So
Illuminar was our highest graded offensive lineman outside of Colton Miller last year before he got fucking benched. So that was stupid. Shout out to Joey. He says AJ Cole looks I said it looks like he ain't punting this year. Hey, bro. I'm with no punts. No punt.
I'm
I'm
with
with
it
that.
too, brother. I'm with it
hey, if
too.
he don't punt, he is gonna sit there and make $5 million just to sit on the sideline.
Hey,
I'm fine
imagine
with
they
that.
give the Raiders hard knocks this year. That would be dope.
Nah, that's a distraction, man. They can keep that shit, man.
They keep that shit.
They can
Oh man.
keep that shit.
Look,
We don't need it, bro.
the only reason we was on Hard Knocks is because it was Gruden's first year.
Hey,
You
well,
know
it
what I
was
mean?
McDaniel's first year. And look, shout out to A1A. He says, what a perfect time to have the Raiders on Hard Knocks. Nah, man. Nah, bro. Shout out
Nah.
to Anthony, bro. Anthony never let go of the fucking Devante Adams hype and hope. So if anybody in here deserves any credit, bro,
Yeah,
it
he
is
definitely
Anthony,
does.
bro.
He
He
definitely does.
never
Anthony is the
let
man, bro.
go of hope. He was holding that shit on like his life depended on it. Okay?
Who?
Shout out to Anthony. He never let go. God, I'm happy you got your guy because guess what? It made this team a lot better.
Oh yeah, man.
Um,
Hey, I didn't let go of hope either, man. I
hey,
I I knew it had to happen at some point in time, man.
it did.
I knew he didn't want to be in Green Bay anymore. You could
I'm just
just
happy
see
it
it.
happened this year.
Yeah.
Mark Davis said,
But
"Bro, I'll never let go. You tripping?"
yeah,
Listen,
no,
man, you're
I
the
said
straw
it.
that stirs the drink, Mr. Davis. Thank you.
Hey,
Yeah,
listen, bro. I never thought that Mark Davis. For one, my first shocker was Mark Davis bringing in Ziegler and McDaniels and allowing Ziegler and McDaniels to make an all-star coaching staff. I didn't think that Mark Davis was that invested in football and knew much about football to do that. And then all the moves that he's made after that. Hey, MVP, Mark Davis, man. Like,
Yo,
come on, bro.
shout out to our owner, man. Little Al did it, man. Little
I'll
Al
give
did it,
man.
man.
five. I'll give Carr 5 years, 30 annually, 150 mil. What y'all feeling about that? That possible extension.
Hey,
What?
however it
What was the
works, I don't
numbers?
even care.
I'd give D 32 a year. You know,
Listen, man, I don't care. As long as he's here and he's slinging that ball to D Adams, bro, I don't give a shit
facts.
what they give him.
Hey,
Facts.
look,
I don't give a fuck neither.
I gave him 30. I give him 30, 32 the first year, and it just increases by the more success he has.
Okay,
You
so
know?
a lot of incentives.
Yeah.
Somebody said he'll give him $6 million a year. That's disrespectful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
okay.
That's
Okay. You probably the same person that would trade for Baker Mayfield too.
Come
bro.
on, bro.
That's the bro.
And you know what? I think this is
Skip
the
Bayless.
biggest.
They should fire Skip Bayless for that shit.
You know,
They really should. I'm so sick of that motherfucker going on TV because he has not an axe to grind, but him, you know, dick riding. Excuse my language, Andy. I don't want to disrespect your channel by cussing and stuff.
I don't give a fuck.
But this fucking guy has been dick riding Baker Mayfield for years. Baker Mayfield is fucking horrible. Lincoln Riley got every fucking inch, every fucking drop of talent out of that fucking little bastard. And then Skip Bayless just has to look right the same way he loved Johnny football. Oh, I believe he could be special because he's a fucking fanboy. The same way how he goes on television and says LeBron James is a bum and not a top 10 player. Let me tell you something, bro. Skip Bayless should be fired for his take. Why in the fuck would anybody on earth trade a guy that like Derek Carr, who is a man? You can say what you want about him, and I said this on my channel. You can say what you want about Derek. You can say he's not a top 5, top this, top that. But the one thing he is Derek Carr is a hardworking guy, and he's a man about his shit when it comes to saying and doing the right thing for the organization. How many times has this guy's name been in trade talks. This is the first time in his career in the last probably 5 or 6 years that now the trade talks stop.
Yeah,
and
that
he
now
never,
he's finally getting talks about an extension.
He never has gone and said, trade me. This fucker goes and says, oh, you don't love me for being mediocre and hurt all the time, and you want to get a guy who's a top 5 talent, so trade me. Give me a fucking break. Skip Bayless, fuck you, and fuck that stupid rumor, and whoever don't like it can kiss my ass.
Hey, look, I'm with you, bro. Look, every year DC goes through the same shit, the mud. You know what I mean? Being linked to a trade here, linked to this man is linked to every 31 team, all 31 teams.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He's linked to all 31 teams every single year. He still comes out, he still performs, he still does what he does. You know what I mean? And then you get
still says he
because
loves
because your team brought in because they brought in fucking Watson. You're mad because they tried to improve?
You know Deshaun Watson's better than you. You know Deshaun Watson better than you. Like, let's be for real, motherfucker. Really? That's why you mad. That's why you mad. That's why you mad, because you know it's almost like if you got a woman that tries to exercise her options, right? And you're like, well, damn, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying? And look, man, I ain't gonna get into no tangent on women and men and all of the referendum on that. But what I'm gonna tell you is
good.
Fuck that guy. Fuck Skip Bayless and fuck Baker Mayfield. And yo, listen, man. What I will say is, man, there's been times. Look, I'm critical of Carr at times, but let me tell you something, man. Thank God we got Derek Carr. Thank God, man. Because one, it brought us Devante Adams, and two, through all of this, the one thing he's been is a goddamn class act. And you can't take it away from him. No matter what you feel about him, whether you're a Kardashian or not, you can't ever say that he's not a goddamn class act.
Nope, you cannot. And I think he gets his contract tomorrow so that we can free up some space and continue to do what we need to do over the next couple of days.
Okay.
I think that he gets his contract tomorrow. They free up a little bit more cash, and they address that offensive line and quite possibly maybe a defensive tackle. That's what I'm feeling for tomorrow. Now, I could be wrong. I could be right, but that's how I feel.
We're about to get into a little bit of X's and O's real quick, and I'm glad we have Wasted on and Dirty on to do this because I love doing the what? Wait, what? Hold on, I gotta fix some. I don't know what the fuck this shit on. Oh, you motherfucker, you! I'm over here trying to do some dope shit. They're not letting me do some dope shit. That's fucked up. Ain't that some shit? But look, fuck it. Whatever. Never mind. I was about to do some shit, but the world said fuck you. So, all right. Never mind. But it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Oh, fuck. I can't even take these comments off the screen. What the fuck?
You freeze up?
All right. Whatever. Still fuck it. Cool. But look, man. I'm just extremely excited, man. You know, the Raiders going out and making this move. It's a big move. It's a huge move, in my opinion. It's a move that should have been done quite some time ago, in my opinion. Whether it was for Devante Adams or another all-star wide receiver, it should have been done. Should have been done already. But I'm happy.
You know what? Not for nothing. They tried to with Antonio Clown, and it didn't really work out.
Yeah, they tried.
You know?
They did.
They tried. You got to give them their credit. They tried.
They did. But I'm just so happy that you know, starting day 1 and day 2 of free agency, you know, a lot of us got impatient. A lot of us, including myself, a lot of us got impatient. A lot of us were seeing top players.
Wasted had a full-on meltdown. You know that.
But yeah, I mean, day 1, day 2 of free agency. I mean, yeah, day 1, day 2 of free agency. A lot of us, you know, we were feeling some type of way. You know, top talent was going off the board and all this kind of stuff. But I'm just happy that, you know, all this time, right? We were thinking like, damn, are they not making no moves because, you know, they're on a new team. They don't want to try and do too much. It's the opposite, bro. They're on a new team. They've been with a winning organization for years. They know what it takes to win. But they could have easily did the Patriot way, went out, been happy with trading Yannick away for Rocky Sin, and they could have kept it at that. They could have kept it at that.
And not for nothing, I would have been ecstatic. I would have been ecstatic, man, because listen, I am a big Chandler Jones guy. I'm a huge Chandler Jones fan, bro. You know what I mean? I didn't necessarily want him. I didn't want him here because I thought, some of his past problems and things of that nature. But you know what? When you think about it, it just makes sense based off of the defense, because the one thing I was super concerned about was Yannick. I was very, very concerned about Yannick Ngakoue, man. For real. And we've all talked about this, Andy, on the Four Horsemen show and on your show and on everybody's show. I've talked about this numerous times. But let me tell you something, man. If you got one of the premier pass rushers in football playing on the other side of a young up-and-coming premier guy, man, you can't beat that with a bat.
Shit, bro. I cannot pull these motherfuckers up, bro.
Hit that refresh button at the top of your screen.
I can't. The shit not working.
Oh shit.
Hold on.
Bro, I'm up here. Yo, I'm up here while we're on the air, just going through some of this stuff, man. And it's just it's
Is Tyrann Mathieu still available?
Yes, he is.
He sure is.
So
the honey badger.
On my show last night, we had discussed, the possibility of this lineup, and you guys tell me what you think. Maybe I'm stretching, maybe I'm going too far off into left field, but what if you can bring in Tyrann Mathieu and Calais Campbell, kind of recreate that defense that the Cardinals had a couple of years ago when they had no offense to counteract their D? I think something like that would be like extremely fire, and I think this regime would fucking literally win hands down the last 57 years of us drafting and free agency. Like, this will probably be the biggest and greatest additions ever.
I think that would be great. Personally, though, I feel like that's then not even giving Clelin Ferrell a shot at this new defense, though. That's how I feel. I feel like at this new defense where you're at right now, Clelin Ferrell, in my opinion, is a starter on that other 3-technique defense and 4-technique defense. And I feel like the defense right now, this is why I tried to pull this shit up, but it's not working. So I kind of just lay it out there for you guys to listen to it. And that's your outside linebacker for one is Chandler Jones. That's one of them. Then I think on the inside of Chandler Jones, you got Clelin Ferrell. Then you have a nose tackle, which is a question right now. Then you have Bilal Nichols, and then you have Max Crosby. So you already have those guys right there. You already have those guys. I feel like if you bring in Calais Campbell, he's an instant upgrade to Clelin Ferrell. So you have to put Calais Campbell in there. So it's really all how we feel about the situation. Personally, would I do it? I would still bring in Calais Campbell, but I am excited to see Clelin Ferrell getting a shot and maybe a shot to start. And at the end of the day, with it being a new regime, he doesn't even we could bring in Calais Campbell, and since it's a new regime, it's a fair shot. They could give him the edge over Calais. It'd be very hard. He'd have to go crazy, but it could still be done. It can still be done. And I'm pulling the shit up on my phone now. He says, Tay and Hunter running routes. I'm tripping. Bro, that's Hunter Renfrow just bullying these slot corners, these safeties, these linebackers is already one thing to see. And then to see Devante Adams going to be bullying these outside corners is going to be amazing. Shout out to Joey again. Shout out to Joey again. He says, Raiders realize speed kills. So we went and got a jump ball guy. A little too soon on that one, Joey. Fuck. He says, "Hello, wife and I showing up to the game versus the Titans in our Crosby and Jones jerseys." Listen, man, we definitely got 2 more jerseys that we need to pick up as Raider fans. That's Devante Adams and Chandler Jones. Bro, that's fucking amazing.
That's fucking fire. This shit is unbelievable, man. It's like, man, I am so happy right now, bro.
I'm going to get me a Darius Phillips jersey.
Tweaky, yo.
Darius Phillips, I'm dead, bro.
Go get me a Darius Phillips jersey, brother.
Yo,
I'm
the
fucking
great
dead, bro. He said a Darius Phillips.
How dare you give me that man as the first thing you sign? How dare you?
How the fuck? Let's see.
man. This is insane, guys. It really is, man.
Yeah.
I'm
It
glad that
really
they
is,
gave us
man.
hors d'oeuvres first, though, man. I'm glad that they gave us hors d'oeuvres first, man. This just reinforced our trust in that front office. You know what I mean? This is giving us the ability to actually be patient. As Raider
Well,
fans, we never felt like we had the ability to be patient because the front office was always making the wrong ass fucking moves when we were sitting back patient. Oh, you're gonna get it done. You're gonna get it done.
well,
Never get it done.
I
So
will say this though, and you guys may disagree or agree. I feel like a talent with Bilal Nichols, I feel like he's worth more than $5.5 million.
I do too.
And I feel like truthfully that patience got us that contract. I feel like, with Fatu Kasi and all these defensive tackles getting signed day one, he kind of had to lowball himself in a way where, with patience, we didn't sign him until what, day 3, day 2? No, day
Yeah.
2, right?
yeah.
So I mean, that patience got us that contract. It got us that deal. $5.5 million, fucking steal for a 25-year-old pass rushing defensive tackles. Like, bro,
Yo,
that's
unbelievable, bro.
it's like what the
Man.
like we're fucking going crazy right now, man. And I love to see it, bro. I've never seen. I take that back. I was about to say I've never seen the Raiders make moves like this, which for one is true. But what we were just talking about when Graf was on here, bro, every move we've made is calculated. Every single move we made has been calculated. Every single one. That doesn't just take a guy that can pull the trigger. That takes a guy that knows what he's doing behind the scenes, that prepares himself to pull that trigger, and not just do it and work after the fact, clean it up after the fact. No, he didn't cover his tracks. He didn't done his due diligence. Now he's ready to make the move. Anything that comes behind it, he's prepared for it. That's what we've done. That's what we've done. And shout out to Kenny Mack. He says, isn't Lyle Collins still on the market? I believe he's going to Cincinnati, taking that visit there. There is a high possibility he does stay in Cincinnati and does not leave without a contract. So hopefully what we got going on with Devante Adams makes him, take a step back. And I was like, hold on, let me check out what they got going on over there. But who knows? Who knows? I think it's kind of a done deal with that, though. Let's see. My boy Thor says he's fired up. Let's go, Thor. Let's see. You think Hankins could play nose tackle? I don't think Hankins has ever played in a 3-4 system, has he?
Yeah, nah. Hankins is never, no.
My guy Hammer was popping. He says Ziegler, Kelly, and McDaniels cleaned up for Gruden and Mayock's mess. Look what we have now. We're just getting started. Raiders! Yes, sir, Hammer. I feel you, brother. We got Chuckles. He says, did you see the Williamson tweet according to the draft charts, we basically traded the number 13 pick in the draft for Adams? What? What? I
don't understand the significance of that.
I don't get it.
How do you trade 13 when you got 22?
I don't get it. I don't understand that. Maybe there's like some numbers game behind there, but I really don't know, and I don't give a fuck. But shout out to Chuckles. But this is why I say that every single move is calculated, right? We went over this before. First move with Darius Phillips, future Hall of Famer Darius Phillips. We signed him to a $2 million deal. Guess what? We went out 15 minutes later, restructured Andre James' contract, saved $2 million, right? Then a couple days later, we trade Yannick Ngakoue. We save X amount of money. We basically brought in Chandler Jones for $5 million. And with that, we brought in a corner still on a rookie deal. Then today, we go out, we trade for Devante Adams, $28 million, but you're going out and you're most likely going to extend and be able to save $20 million for Derek Carr. So Every single move is fucking calculated, you guys. Whether it's the numbers, whether it's the scheme that they're being brought into, every single move is calculated, and it's not been. I don't know how many years it's been. I don't think I was alive the last time we had a front office that did shit like this. This is what like look. This is what a winning organization does.
Yes,
That's
man.
that's what I'm gonna say.
Yo, suck it
Yes.
in, Andy. Suck it in, brother.
This is what a winning organization done. Shout out to Mark Davis. He says Carr has not been top 5, but Andy, I guarantee he will be number 1. Oh, okay,
Facts.
okay.
Listen, brothers, this has been amazing. This has been a splendiferous occasion. I don't even think that's the word. But it's fucking splendiferous. Dirty.
Sponduvious.
Yes. I'm gonna get like Don King. Gentlemen, shout out to y'all. Love y'all, man. But old Wasted gotta take his old ass to bed.
All right, man.
And before I go to bed, I'm gonna put the specs that my daughter asked me to pop the lenses out on to see how they look. I don't want to stretch them out with my big pit bull head, so I'm gonna take them off. Brothers, love y'all, man. Take it easy.
Hey, man.
Love you too, bro. Have a great one.
But look, I'm gonna be on here for a little bit more, man. I truly am just really, really excited to see that the Raiders have been making a lot of moves, man, and a lot of moves again that are fucking calculated, bro. Like, come on, man. It's just a great feeling. It truly is a great feeling. And shout out to Raider again. He's Glenn. He says, how much does Adams coming to LV help out Brian Edwards and the other receivers? Well, let's get into that because that's a damn good question.
That's a massive help.
Just last season, we were all screaming, and I mean screaming for Julio Jones. Why? Because we felt like Julio Jones could teach Brian Edwards the ways of being a big physical receiver and using his physicality to his advantage, right? Well, guess what? Devante Adams could do the same thing, but teach route running. It's a big, big help. Devante Adams has made a lot of money in this league for a couple of reasons. For how damn good of a player he is. And on top of that, his release, getting off the press, is phenomenal. It's one of one. There isn't many that could do that. There's not many that can do that at all. So to see Devante Adams come in, whether it's helping out Brian Edwards, whether it's helping out Hunter Renfrow, whether it's just helping out Derek Carr, it helps out in many, many ways. And another thing that it helps out with Brian Edwards is simply just giving Brian Edwards more one-on-ones, right? The simple thing of having a guy like Devante on your roster is it's pretty damn simple. Having Devante Adams on your roster, it does not allow you to try and double team Devante. It does not allow you to try and bracket Hunter Renfrow, and it does not allow you to also give a lot of attention to Darren Waller. So there isn't enough football players on a football field on defense to be able to stop what the Raiders have going on right now. On top of that, if you want to stop that passing game, you're going to have to put an extra DB out there. What does that mean? An extra DB out on the field means that the run stopping isn't going to be the greatest because you're going to have a slimmer guy, a slighter frame out on the field having to stop the run. In terms of Josh Jacobs, I know for a fact Josh Jacobs would have a field day going up against a slot corner in the box in terms of having to run a motherfucker over. So it helps in many aspects.
This is definitely a move that even opens up the run game, like you were stating.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You now have to account for every position on the field.
Yes.
You know, you can't be like, oh, well, you got a good one here, but this guy over here, he's terrible. So I'm going to dedicate another man to this side.
Yep.
Nah, that's not going to work. So, yeah, you know, you are right. Like that big body, it opens up a run game. You know, you come out there, I bring out Josh Jacobs, you bring out 5 DBs. I can switch at the line. You know what I mean? They're known for throwing passes out of the backfield as well.
Yep.
You know, so you also have to take that into consideration. That's going to be hard to defend. Renfrow, Waller, Jacobs, Edwards and DA all on the field at the same time, that is going to create an issue.
Look, let me tell you guys this. The week before we played the Chargers, when we went to Indianapolis, Darren Waller's first game back, Indianapolis literally went out on the field and said, you know what? I'm going to bracket Darren Waller and I'm going to double team Hunter Renfrow underneath. And it worked. It was very, very tough for us to move the ball when we did that. We still went out. We won the game. But guess what? That was because Josh Jacobs was having one of his best stretches of running the football we've ever seen Josh Jacobs have, right? So now, while the team is trying to double Hunter Renfrow underneath, while the team is trying to bracket Darren Waller, they now have to account for Devante Adams. It's pretty damn simple, man. Pretty damn simple. Whether you try and bring in another DB to help on Devante Adams, well, guess what? Your run defense gets worse. Josh Jacobs has a better probability of breaking off a big run. Josh Jacobs has a better probability of getting that first down. You put another DB out there, guess what? We just picked up a fullback that guess what? You tell that fullback to block a fucking corner, he's going to laugh at your face and he's going to put him on the ground. So it's very, very exciting to see that we have so many mismatches going forward. I don't see any other team matching up with this offense week to week. Are we going to lose a game still? Yes, we are still going to lose a game. That's it's football. But guess what? The amount of losses we have to wins is going to be a lot better in the win column.
And see, like you said, are we going to lose one? Yeah, we'll lose one. We'll lose one game.
Okay, that motherfucker dirty. Okay.
Yeah, we'll lose one. That's okay. Just to make the NFL feel better about themselves.
Hey, Pacey says, yo, I heard we traded for some dude. Devante Adams, I think it was. He any good? You know what, bro? I don't think so, bro. I think he's low key, like, I think he's out of his prime, bro. Like, he's got. I feel like we should have brought in. I feel like we should have brought in like AJ Green or some shit. Like, I'm not too sure how I feel about this Devante Adams kid. You know, like coming out of Green Bay, it's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Shout out to Pacey and brother. Shout out to Pacey and love you, brother. But look, I mean, oh my God, it's like, bro, how can we stop smiling, bro? Like, how can we stop just being happy right now? It's just so fucking great. It's just so fucking great, man. It's truly a great feeling. And like I said before, right before Wasted checked out, this is what winning organizations do. You make moves, and you make moves that are calculated. You make moves that with while you're making a move, you can have. Look, let me say this. While we went out and signed Chandler Jones, guess what? Josh McDaniels wasn't there. Josh McDaniels was at Georgia's Pro Day scouting Georgia scouts. That's what we were doing. So we let Dave Ziegler go to work while Josh McDaniels was out there scouting pro rookies at Georgia's Pro Day. Look, man.
Today, let's not leave out Champ Kelly. Let's not leave out Champ Kelly. You know,
getting us the plug on what's his name? Bilal Nichols. Bro, yep. Champ Kelly brought that motherfucker in. As well as, I mean, shit. Fucking he's a damn good player, so you want to bring him in regardless.
Damn good player.
The fact that we can have and this is you know what, Dirty? That's a damn good point. The fact that we have Champ Kelly here, we basically got two GMs. So fucking McDaniels was able to go scout for a whole day and understand this. He still got Ziegler and Champ Kelly back home working hard. That is very fucking good. You know how comfortable I would be if I was a boss knowing that I had two supervisors out there working? I'd feel fucking great. I'd feel like, oh yeah, nothing's gonna go wrong. It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing, bro. So
you know how good it feels to go to work as a regular employee and know that your coworkers is gonna carry their weight?
Yeah, bro. It's like, oh my God, dude. It's just amazing. EC says there's Gilmore rumblings. There's no way we go out and get Gilmore right now, bro. There is no way we go out to
Nah.
top this off with a Gilmore signing. Are you
Nah,
serious right now?
I think the only thing that I don't think that tops this off though, man. You know what I mean? You could
No,
go
it
get a
doesn't top
Gilmore,
it
but I
off.
don't. It doesn't top this off, man. Like, you know what tops this off? A fucking solidified right tackle and fucking Honey Badger. That solidifies this all. This the whole offseason. I'm good. I don't need to see nothing else.
Wait,
I'll wait till
EC
the
brother,
draft.
where'd you see that, man? Because I know EC, he don't be talking about EC don't talk out his ass, man. So if Ziegler gets Gilmore, I'll lose it, bro. Gilmore, that's a number one right there, bro. That's a number one. Hold on, let me take him out.
I'm looking too. I'm looking to see.
Yo, I know we probably got the best offer on the deal for Gilmore, but
Kentucky got beat.
fuck Kentucky, man.
Oh, Kentucky got beat.
Raiders have made a strong offer at Stephon Gilmore. Oh shit, bro.
Who reported that?
I don't know. That's the scary part. That's the scary part. I gotta hit up Scout or something, bro. Look, bro. If we get Gilmore,
Yeah,
bro,
because Scout didn't put it in. He didn't put it in the group chat, so I'm yet to believe it until I see Scout put it in there.
it's on IG. But where on IG though, brother? Like, yeah, IG's a spooky place, bro. I got baited. I got baited before. I ain't trying to be baited, bro. How good is Gilmore in man coverage? Tyler, that is Gilmore's bread and butter. That is Gilmore's bread and butter, bro. If you want a man coverage, you go. Oh, he says, "Yep, rumblings." Okay, bro. I'm all for bringing in Gilmore. I would love it. Devante is bringing in Gilmore, bro. He says, "I'd rather have Bradbury." I agree, but you can't have so much money on the books to where you got no money for potential moves when you need depth, right? So we gotta be calculated. We gotta be calculated, bro. So remember that. If we
Yeah.
get Gilmore though, bro, Wi-Fi lost a bet about Adams took 2 pies to the face. I don't know.
Man,
I
oh my
don't
God.
know. Listen, man. Listen, man. Motherfuckers thought it was a rebuild because Zay Jones left the building. Are we fucking serious? Come on, man. I wouldn't listen to none of the shit that some people put out there, bro. Like, that's tough. Shout out to SC Experience. He says, "Let's go." I knew something was happening behind the scenes. It's just time to win. Let's go, baby. Let's go, bro. Oh, bro. I just can't express how fucking excited I am, bro. I just can't express that shit, bro. It's such a good feeling, man. It's such a good feeling. It's such a good freaking feeling. Knowing that Derek Carr finally got his guy. Knowing that Derek Carr finally has something to build around. You know how spooky it's gonna be for these offenses now that Derek Carr has a top offense and has potentially a great defense being built right now. Do you know how spooky that is?
Our defense got better. I don't give a shit
Bro,
what anybody says. Yeah, a couple of people walked out the building, but the people that we replaced them with, look, we had some C plus players walk out the building, but now we got some A minus players in the building, man. That's a better law of average. That's a
yeah.
better law of average.
Look,
So
another thing is though, bro. Malcolm Kuntz gets to learn behind Chandler Jones for 3 years. He gets to take the game from Chandler Jones for 3 years.
bro,
You know
Quee
who's the
gets to
last player? You know
Quee
who's
gets
the
to
last
add
player?
something to his game too.
You know who's the
Quee
last player
also
that got
gets
to
to
sit behind an all pro for 3 years? Andre James sitting behind
Rodney
fucking
Hudson.
Rodney Hudson. So, and I'm just saying, guess who's our starter now? Andre James.
Mm-hmm. Andre James.
So I'm gonna just leave it at that. You feel me? So it's like, come on,
Yeah.
bro. Like you got to look at it that way. You got to look at it that
You
way.
know what I'm taking from this too? This is also one of the takes that I had that just dawned on me last night
Yeah.
was the fact that this regime has faith in Cleve Farrell.
You think so?
You know that they let Nassib walk over Farrell, right? I mean,
Well,
and I
Nassib
understand
saves
Farrell's
us more money.
contract is, huh? Yeah, I know it saves us more money, but I mean, still in the realm of productivity. You know what I mean? Like I think that they have faith in Cleve Farrell still, unless he gets moved. But if he doesn't get moved and he goes into training camp and he's allowed to battle for a position, bro, that tells me that they have some faith in this young brother.
Look, bro. What I'm saying here is this, because we have a lot of cornerstone pieces already on defense, right? I feel like you don't just trade for this for you don't just trade for Rocky Sin without knowing that you're gonna bring him back on a long term deal, right? You don't
Yeah,
just
of
do that.
course.
So
No.
you already have your safety, your free safety of the future with Trayvon Merrick. You have the future in Max Crosby. You potentially could have the future at one of your defensive tackle positions with Nichols if he gets an extension by the time his 2-year deal is up. Chandler Jones is set to be here with the Raiders for 3 seasons, right? So you have a lot of cornerstone pieces. You have a lot. You
Yes.
have Nate Hobbs. You have Nate
Yes.
Hobbs.
You got
Then
Nate Hobbs.
you go on your offense. Fucking Devante Adams. Devante Adams is locked in for 5 years. DC will most likely be locked in for 5 years. Hunter Renfro will
Hmm.
most likely be locked in for 5 years. You look at
Yes.
Darren Waller, he's already 29. I feel like the most you get out of him is another 3-4 years, but that's big. That is big.
And you
That
know
is
what another
huge,
thing that I'm
bro.
noticing?
You got fucking Colton Miller for until 2027. Look, bro, there's so much to build around this roster right now, and it's fucking beautiful. And really quick before you get to your thought, Dirty, shout out to Lucha Raider. He says we're gonna score in the red zone now, bro. When we got McDaniels, we already knew we were gonna score in the red zone. And the reason why I say that is because I keep bringing up the fact. Bro. They had a top 5 red zone offense with fucking Nelson Aguilar and Jacoby Myers as their outside receivers. Now McDaniels is going to be able to implement the same shit, but have Devante Adams, Hunter Renfro, Darren Waller, and Josh Jacobs. Do you know how much better that is than what the Patriots had last year? Come on, man. Like this is just beautiful, bro. This is just beautiful. Like when we went out and
Shit.
made this
I'm gonna have to
trade,
go out
man.
and come back. I lost all sound.
Oh, what happened? Jake out of the backfield is an excellent receiver. You're not lying. You're not lying one bit. You're not lying one bit, bro. Devante Adams, Green Bay Packer, red zone 90 red zone grade when it came down to red zone production. No other wide receiver came close to that level. Simple as that. Another thing I want to talk about really quick because I see a lot of people saying about Deshaun Jackson and Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward, he wasn't, in my opinion, Casey Hayward wasn't going to come back regardless of the situation. Casey Hayward is not a man coverage corner. Casey Hayward would not have fit this scheme. He took a 2-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons, 2 years, $11 million. Casey Hayward has moved on. Casey Hayward is making $5.5 million for the next 2 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons. So, shout out to Casey Hayward. Once a Raider, always a Raider. We love you, my brother. But yeah, wish you the best of luck over there. Now, Deshaun Jackson, would I bring Deshaun Jackson back? Yes. Yes. I would. For him to be like a third or fourth receiver, I would do it. I got the hiccups. Let's see. Papa T. He said, Adams about to shut you car haters up. Ooh, need a field stretcher. In my opinion, we got that though, KD. I feel like Tyron Johnson, this is exactly what I said a couple weeks ago. This is exactly what I said a couple weeks ago, bruh. You go out, and you get guys that can move the chains. You go out and you get possession receivers. Well, you didn't got yourself a possession receiver, right? You you got yourself a possession receiver, and you got yourself probably the best receiver in the NFL overall. With that being said, having Tyron Johnson on the roster, I know it's not the most attractive field stretcher, but he has proven that he can stretch the field. Now, if you want to bring Deshaun Jackson to be that guy, well, guess what? Then do it. But I feel like you should let Tyron Johnson be that guy. Andy remember McDaniels loves the 2 tight end set. I agree. I'm a little surprised that we haven't brought in another tight end already. I'm a little surprised. Shout out to Jay. We got JGC Farrell. He said, "Let's go, Red Nation." Simple as that. Listen, bro. Listen. Hold on. My guy pulled back in. Let me see if I can pull him back in. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull Dirty back in. All right. I think you
For
back.
sure. My bad.
But look, Dirty. You're
Yeah.
headed home. You headed home right now?
Yeah, I'm headed home. I was supposed to be live at 9. I think I'm gonna push it back about 15 minutes because I still got to get to the house.
Okay,
So
so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna end this one right here, and we're gonna try and send everybody over there. But listen, you guys, we had over 700 viewers watching tonight, man. I appreciate you guys so much, man. It means a whole lot to me. It truly does. Listen, man, I love y'all. But really quick, if you guys are new to this channel here at the Raiders Football Talk channel, we cover all things Raiders. Right now, we haven't done many film studies because there's been so much to talk about. But when we do hit that dry spell in the offseason, when we get closer, when we get those draft picks in, expect film studies,
yes,
expect breakdowns of defenses. That's what I like to do. I love that. That's partially why I went and I decided to be a coach at my football team for the offense and defensive line because I love doing that shit. So once this all dries out, once the news all dries out, expect that content over here. But really, every single one of you guys, please, if you're new, hit that sub button, join the family because we got a lot of shit on the way, man. A lot of shit. And same
yes,
for Dirty. Everybody in here, man. Dirty's about to give all his thoughts, all his opinions on all the moves that we've made so far over on his channel. Please go support the man over there. You will not be disappointed, man. He puts on a great show over there. He has a lot of fun. And listen, man, I love spending time with Dirty. I'm glad that he had time to pull up tonight. So yes, man. Shout out to
I
Dirty.
appreciate you,
Once
little bro,
again, man,
for real.
please, everybody in here. It's pretty simple, man. Dirty Raider. Go check him out. But it's with a Y. DYRTI. Dirty Raider,
Yes,
man. Check
sir.
him out on YouTube, man. Puts a lot of great content out there. But Red Nation, that will be it for tonight. Shout out to Kiwi Raider. He says, I just found out about Adams and then went straight to Tom Grassi channel. Hey, man, well, here now. Appreciate every single person in here. I love you guys to death. Man, Raider Nation for life, Nation. I love y'all, and we out, man. Peace.